So it's cruise day. You get up, you're all excited, you're about ready to get into vacation mode. But there are 10 things that you're going to want to do immediately when you get on the ship before you get into that state of mind. Stay tuned. Hi everyone, Rob from Cruise Seekers, and welcome to our show. So today we're going to talk about the 10 things you are going to want to do as soon as you get on your cruise ship. This will help kind of set the whole stage for your vacation. It's going to get everything all aligned for you. It's going to reduce your stress throughout the rest of your vacation. You're going to want to do these 10 things. So without further delay, let's get into the very first thing you're going to want to do when you get on your cruise ship. All right, the first thing you're going to do. You're going to connect to the ship's Wi-Fi. Why, you ask? Well, that app that you have for your cruise line is going to act in a little bit of a different way when you're connected to the ship's Wi-Fi. First off, many cruise lines have added additional features, I would guess you would call them, right? That you now have access to now that you're on the ship's Wi-Fi and using their ship application on your phone. So you're going to, for example, might have a chat feature that you can sign up for. It might cost you a little bit extra, but it's a great way to kind of communicate with all your family who is on the ship with you, or maybe even new friends that you make. So that's one great thing. You're going to be able to see your onboard ship account. You're going to maybe even be able to book reservations for shows. Some cruise lines do that, some cruise lines don't. So you might be able to then also book maybe even reservations for your dining. If you're on My Time Dining, you might be able to book reservations for when you want to go to dinner. So yeah, get onto the ship's Wi-Fi. All of a sudden, your app for the ship is going to be behaving in a much better way, more interactive, all sorts of crazy things too. Some ships, you can even have someone deliver a drink to you. All right, the next thing you're going to want to do immediately when you get on the ship is take care of your reservations for your entertainment. Now, the reason why you're going to want to do this is because sometimes those very popular times for the production shows, 7:30, 8 o'clock, they tend to sell out quickly. If you want that time period, the 7:30, 8 p.m. show, make sure you take care of that very fast. Also, any comedy shows, they tend to sell out very quickly too, mainly because those things are in a smaller venue, so there's not as many seats. They sell out fast. Get your comedy taken care of quickly as well. And when you do this, make sure you have at hand any kind of pre-booked specialty dining reservations that you might have done before you got on the ship. This way you know the time that those reservations are at, and you can kind of make sure your entertainment is booked around those times. The reason why you're going to want to do that is don't think or expect that you might be able to move that time for that specialty dining. If you're at a specialty dining venue that gets booked quickly, you might not be able to find a time that's very appropriate or when you want to go if you have to move it. So make sure you book your reservations for your entertainment around those times. And since I just kind of talked a little bit about dining, let's get into number 3. The number 3 thing you're going to want to do when you get on your ship. If you have My Time Dining, you're going to want to book a reservation for a time for your My Time Dining. Yeah, it seems a little counterintuitive, right? My Time Dining, I just go when I want to go. Make a reservation. If you don't like lines, make a reservation, because if you go to My Time Dining during one of the heavy dining times, like say 6 o'clock, 6:30, 7 o'clock, you might be waiting a little bit longer for your table because they're slammed. And if you want to have that time, go get a reservation. Get your name on the list saying, I want to eat at this time. You know when you want to eat now because you already did your entertainment schedule. You know exactly when you're going to want to eat on every given day. Get that taken care of. Do that. It makes your life a lot easier. Now, if you do have some specialty dining that you want to see if you can move around, right? This time does not work as well as you think it was going to work. You might be able to do that, especially if that specialty dining is not one of the most popular specialty dining. Go see if you can do that right away. You never know. You might get the chance to move your time to a different time, maybe even a different day. Get that taken care of right away so that you have everything aligned for all your dinner and all your entertainment. It's now taken care of. We now have our reservations taken care of. Now we're going on to step 4, the number 4 thing to do when you get on your ship, and that is do your eMuster. Please, please, please do your eMuster. Right now, there are some cruise lines that are getting rid of eMuster because people are not doing it in a timely manner. What eMuster is, it's basically all through your app now. In the old times, before COVID, every person on the ship would all go at one time to all their respective locations and big groups to do their muster. It was kind of inconvenient. Everything on the ship stopped. You all go there. There's lots of crowds. You get kind of sometimes put into small little confined places. So please do your eMuster. There's usually on your app a safety section where you'll watch a video, you maybe listen to an audio file, you maybe do some reading and some attesting that you've read and say, yes, I've done this, yes, I've done this. And then at your own leisure, you would go to your muster location and check in with your card, your cruise card. And that's all you do. That's all you do with an eMuster. Please do it. If you're on a ship that's still doing it, please do it. Let's keep eMuster going on those cruise lines, because there are other lines right now that got rid of it because people just weren't doing it. Do your eMuster. All right, now that you got your eMuster done, the next thing you're going to want to do if you are traveling with children is check in your kids to the youth program. Now, I understand that many times you can online, when you're doing your online check-in, let the cruise line know that you got children that are going to be joining these programs, but you're still going to need to check each child into their respective program. So depending upon how many kids you have and what age groups they're going to fit in, you might have to do this 1, 2, 3 times. There's usually 3 different types of levels of kids programs, youth programs on the ship. So you're going to have to do this for each program that your kids will fall into. You're going to do a waiver, an attestment, a waiver of saying that, I understand this is what's going to happen. The other thing is you're going to be able to say who is able to pick up your kids if they're in a certain age group where the kids can't check themselves out. So get that all taken care of, and it will make your cruise a lot easier, especially when you're traveling with children. Wow, that was fast. We've done 5 things that you want to do when you get on the cruise ships, and now we got 5 more to come. But before we get into those remaining 5, I would like to invite each and every person who's currently not a member of the Cruise Seekers crew, please think about subscribing and turn that little notification bell on. This way you become part of the In the Know crowd and also a member of the Cruise Seekers crew. If you love cruise content and you like learning about how to get the most value for your cruise dollar, if you like learning about how to understand how certain packages work, or anything about cruising in general, please think about subscribing and turn that notification bell on. It's so appreciated by us, and we would love to have you as part of this community. Thank you so much. All right, here we go. Number 6. The 6th thing to do when you get on the cruise ship is square away your onboard spending account. What I mean by this is you're going to want to check to see if all your onboard credits that you were expecting are visible on the onboard account. You can do this through the app. You can also go up to guest services and take a look and ask the question, hey, is all my onboard credits here? This is what I'm expecting. They'll let you know exactly if everything is there. Now, just as a side note, what's going to be immediately visible is the onboard credits that have been given to you by the cruise line. Once you get on board, those should be able to be seen immediately. Now, if you received some onboard credits from a travel agent, those might not be visible right away once you get on the ship. What the cruise line has to do is they're going to have to send the final manifest over to their headquarters. That's where the accountant's there to make sure that you're on the ship, and then they will start transferring over the onboard credits that you have been promised by your travel agent to your shipboard account. So those might be delayed. Just be advised about that. The other thing you might want to do is sometimes you might want to change the credit card that your onboard account is associated to. When you did your online check-in, you're going to have to give a credit card. If you want that changed for whatever reason, get that taken care of right away before any credit charges are done. Now, finally, if you're going to want to have your onboard charge account be taken care of by cash or say traveler's check, you're going to want to get that taken care of right now too. This is where you just basically hand over the cash, they'll associate it to your account, and then your card becomes active for being able to charge. Okay, so now that we got the major logistical items done from our list, the next 4 items that I have for you is going to help you get into vacation mode a lot sooner. And the first one that we're going to talk about is number 7, and that is change into your swimwear that you have in your carry-on luggage when you board the ship. Most people don't have their swimwear in their carry-on luggage. They have it in their checked-in luggage. So they are not able to go to the pool. They're not able to go to the slides. They're all going to be at the buffet because they're going to be waiting for their luggage to be arriving at their cabin, and they're just not going to be there. So you're going to have a much quieter time in the hot tub, in the pool. Your kids are going to be able to go up and down on the water slides as many times as they want. It's just a great way to enjoy these facilities without the crowds. Do this, you'll enjoy it, you'll thank me later. Yeah, I understand this is a tip for warm weather cruises, but you know what? I'm usually on warm weather cruises, and I know most of our viewers are on warm weather cruises. Bring your swimwear in your carry-on luggage. Alright, so now you guys are in the pool, your kids are going up and down the slides, you might even be in the whirlpool. At this point in time, you might hear over the announcements that the cabins are becoming available. This is going to be your cue to leave the pool area and go grab a bite to eat. The reason why we're doing this is because when this announcement comes, everybody that's in the buffet and waiting for their luggage and not having pool gear to go and enjoy the pool, this is when they're going to be leaving the buffet and going up to their cabin. And you're going to be basically replacing them. It's just going to be a better time to go grab something to eat. So yeah, use the cue of the announcement of when the cabins become available for you to leave the pool area and go grab a bite to eat. It's a perfect time to do it. Do it then. Okay, so now you're having your nice leisurely lunch without the lines, without the crowds. You're going to want to give yourself at least an hour to an hour and a half to enjoy that lunch. After that time has passed, that is when you're going to want to go to your cabin at that time, right? The reason why you're doing this is because you're going to, again, be avoiding the crowds. When that announcement is made, there's going to be a mass exodus to the elevators to get to their cabins. It's going to be difficult to get an elevator. Don't deal with it. It's not worth the hassle. Plus, there's going to be a lot of people in those hallways, right? There's main floors that are going to be primarily cabins, and those hallways are going to be chock full of people, everybody going to their cabins. It's going to be filled with luggage. It's just going to be a nightmare. Let that crowd dissipate. Get them all gone. And then go to your cabin. This is when you will then find your cabin steward. You can talk to him. You'll be able to find him, because if you went when the announcement came, everybody's looking for their cabin steward to let them know exactly what they want. You might be in another cabin talking to another passenger. It's going to be easier to get a hold of him or her when you are going a little bit later, an hour and a half later. So then you can let them know exactly what you need. Do you need an extension cord for a medical device? Do you need distilled water if you have a CPAP? If you want to order a bucket of ice to have in your room so that you can have ice water during the evening, those type of things, the cabin steward, he or she will take care of it for you. But now you're going at a time when he's a lot less hectic and busy with other passengers. You'll be able to track him down. You'll be able to get your requests taken care of. Do it at this time. And finally, if you go to your cabin a little bit later than when everybody else did, the odds of your checked-in luggage being at your cabin when you go to the cabin for the first time is much higher if you give that extra hour and a half. Alrighty, folks, the final thing I want you to do once you get onto your cruise ship is unpack. Do not live out of your suitcase when you're on a cruise ship. Don't do it. It makes your cruise so much better. You got to your cabin a little bit later than everybody else, so most likely your luggage will be there for you to unpack. This is what you do. You get it all put away. You then change into your cruise wear. You get ready for a wonderful sailaway where you're going to relax and start to truly enjoy your cruise vacation. This will make your enjoyment of your cruise so much higher. You're going to have a wonderful time with that sail away. Everything's taken care of now, right? Because you have your dinner reservations done, you have your entertainment done, you have your kids all taken care of, you've already been relaxed by jumping in the pool, you have a full belly. You can now enjoy your sail away. It's going to be a great cruise vacation because you set the foundation to have one. So there you go, folks. I hope you enjoyed the 10 things that I want you to do immediately once you get onto your cruise ship. I know if you follow these things, you will have an amazing cruise vacation. You'll lower your stress. You'll get everything you need to be taken care of, done very quickly, and you can then just go into vacation mode. Again, if you enjoyed this video, please think about subscribing, turn that little notification bell on. It means the world to us. It really does. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. We really love that too. And if you have a comment, if you have a tip for anybody else of what you also do when you get on a cruise ship for the very first time, leave it down below. We absolutely love comments, and we take the time and effort to try to answer to every single comment that is posted in this video. So until we talk again next time, this is Rob from Cruise Seekers, reminding each and every one of you to always seek the seas. Bye now.